Yo, Chef Corso, Outdoor Eats. I'm here to put you on the path to amazing meals on your outdoor treks, wherever you're going. So if you're going down the trail or you are base camp cooking, we've got something for you. So what we are doing here today is we are doing a grill review. So this is definitely not a backpacker stove. And if you want to strap this on your back and have some sort of interesting personal challenge, up to you. But what we're looking at today is the ICECO portable charcoal grill with feet. And as you can see, this is barely even out of the box. So we're gonna do a light unboxing, how this sets up, some kind of weight and portability questions and things, because I know it can be challenging to think up recipes that are kind of just focused on the grill. Sometimes you have another skillet, sometimes you have another pot, but the recipe we're gonna cook up today is just meant for the grill, so you don't need anything else. And this does have a feature that I'm kind of excited to try that apparently will allow us to cook some other things on there, but you gotta wait till the end to see what that is. So this stove is definitely for tailgating and trailgating, picnicking, base camp, overlanding, rig camping, all those kind of things. But let's put it together. All right, so this is what we've got here. So it comes with a grill, great. It comes with some legs. We'll check those out in a minute. Comes with, what is this? Some sort of tote. Oh, look at that. Wow, it comes with the whole grill set. Would you look at that? Skewers, brush, cleaning brush, fork, spatula, and tongs. Wow, thanks, ICECO. All right, looks like we've got our lid. Very, very lightweight. Easy to maneuver. So the interesting thing about this model is it's a lid and it's a tray for underneath, and we'll see how that looks. Ooh, carrying case. That is helpful for portability. Wow, quite large. Looking pretty good. And then we have the base unit. Yep, there you go. Yeah, if you guys can hear that, man. All right, so that's what we're looking like. So we've got the tray, we've got the grill, we've got the lid and drawer, and then we have legs here. So let's get those out of here. Man, the neighborhood chickens are out today too. All right, let's see how this thing goes together here. I'm gonna go ahead and, all right. So I believe you can probably just use this on your back trailgate, with minimal issue, or on some sort of non-burnable surface. But if we want to put the legs together, let's see how we do that. All right, so it looks like we've got 4 top legs, 4 bottom legs, and all of them have this little tab bracket on there. Just gonna play a puzzle piece here, get that in there. A little bit tough to get that bracket in there. But, oh, there you go, it snaps in. All right, last one's in there, that's good. All right, so I think that's your sort of the tabletop version, or the low version. So not that bad, and really sturdy. It's not wobbling in the legs, so that's good. Once I get fire going, I don't want that thing wobbling around. All right, so that's looking solid. Let's go ahead and put the extender legs in there. So same thing. It's got a little tab on there that we need to make sure it's nice and secure. All right, so that's in, but again, this is not, it's definitely in there with the bracket, but it is not locked and secured. So let's see what that looks like when we flip it over. I mean, Overall, that's sturdy, but I'm hoping that that will hold. But it would be nice to have something that I know that these are there and secure. Here are the main pieces for our units. We got this all set up, and overall not that bad. Very, very light, but still sturdy. We've got our grill put in here. A couple little tabs. Make sure those are in there. All right, get that all down. A little bit challenging to get all the way down. It does remove slightly, I guess, if you want to go a little bit higher, but I don't think that's the purpose. So getting that all the way down. And then we have either our lid this way, which I guess just sort of sits in there. Go anywhere else. Nope. I think it's just kind of a floating lid, which isn't overall that bad. It does cover the full grill, so that's good. Or put it right in our drawer here. Wow, look at that. So this has pizza and smoke, and I am skeptical you're gonna get a whole lot of smoky flavor down there, but hey, we're gonna find out. All right, well, there's our unit, and we need to get a fire going. So let's do that. Nice. That fire is looking good. Wind is going that way, so I am on this side. But we are gonna set up for our recipe here today. And again, for grilling is, there's a lot of steaks, fajitas, hot dogs, hamburgers, and those are all really solid options. But the option I'm gonna give you is just another one to have in the old tool bag to be able to consider. But I love because it's only using the grill and not much else. So what we're making Italian sausage and peppers and garlic bread. Yeah, that sounds pretty terrible. So I have a pack of fresh Italian sausage here. Could also use the pre-cooked stuff too. I've got 2 peppers, different colors. I've got 2 onions, and I got a baguette. So, nice crusty baguette, or you can use the stuff from the grocery store too. I just love French bread rather than the sliced stuff. Let me finish my bite of bread here, it's pretty chewy. All right, there we go. So, hack of sausage, 2 onions, 2 peppers, loaf of bread, plus some oil and some seasonings, which I'll show you about as we go along. But once this fire gets ready, it should be fast, easy, and super tasty. And again, something a little bit different than your standard hot dogs or hamburgers. So I'm gonna set up my outdoor prep station. All right, so our fire is still coming along, but still needs a few minutes. So what I did here is I just took a couple pieces of wood from, Papa Corso's wood pile. Thanks, Papa Corso. Didn't even know I'm using this today. So what I've done is just have a sheet tray or a cookie sheet, brownie pan or whatever, and I've got my peppers, onions. I do have a couple fresh tomatoes from the garden, but you don't have to have those. We've got our baguette, some oil, some salt, some Italian seasoning, and a couple whole cloves of garlic, which I'll talk about why that's important in a minute for our garlic bread, and our tool. So I'm just gonna prep up our bread and our veggies to be ready to throw on the grill once our fire is ready. And for cutting peppers, instead of going down the middle like this, I like to do what I call planking. So we just go down the sides. That way we have some nice big pieces to throw on our grill, and then we just have this for a pack out bag. And then for our onions, I got big, nice onions here. So I'm just gonna cut the top and the bottom off. Don't worry, we'll get that later. And I'm just gonna do a light little score on the outside because I want to keep all of these rings nice and full. And you know, sometimes if that peel is just giving you a little annoying factor, just take that first layer off and you'll be fine. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're cooking outside. It doesn't have to be pretty, I love it. So I want, for this onion here, I think I can probably get about 4 big rings off of it, maybe 3, but do a nice straight cut down. So I want to keep that nice and intact. Oh yeah, there we go. So it's probably about 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch thick. Nice. Perfect. So that's what I'm looking for. And I want these to stay intact when I throw them on my grill. Just gonna help out a whole lot. So I'll do the same thing with my white onion. So maybe I'll just get 3 out of it. Wow, so look at that. So we've got our onions and peppers already prepped here, but again, 2 and 2 will give us enough for probably 2 to 4 people, depending on how hungry everyone is. But what I'm gonna do here is just drizzle it with some oil. You could use the spray stuff too if you want, but do wanna get a nice coating on there, get it nice and brown. Hit it with just a little bit of salt. And you know, this is ready to go here. If you want to go a little bit crazier, you can throw some garlic powder. I'm going to throw a little bit of Italian seasoning on here today to continue with our Italian theme. Chili flake. That's looking good, smelling good already. Awesome. So look at that, nice. So that is all ready to go. Also, I'm just going to prep my bread here, so I don't need this whole baguette here today. I'm just going to cut it in half. Cut it into some nice pieces. Oh, there you go. And we'll have that ready for kind of the last part of our meal to toast up our bread. But also might as well, while I'm here, throw a little bit of oil on here. You can use a brush if you like. Nice good amount of olive oil on there. Oop, only got a little grass in there. That'll happen when you're cooking outside. All right, let's check on our fire. Man, I'm getting hungry. Okay, our fire is quieted down a little bit. This big piece of charcoal, I'm just gonna move off to the side. That'll continue cooking as we go. But one thing to note here is, oh boy, yep. So remember, we've got our drawer in there and it is hot. It really, really is hot, but wow, we are actually getting some really nice heat in there. And as far as what temperature I think that is, Chef Hand says, I'd say it's probably at least 350, if not about 375. So that's an interesting little note here for you. But we're gonna get our charcoal all set up, our grill on there, and start cooking up lunch. Well, I'll tell you what, folks, this unit does heat up really fast, which can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing, but you definitely want to make sure here, I can still touch it at the moment on this side. That's pretty darn hot. Don't want to touch that. So I would say if you have kiddos or maybe some tipsy people coming around camp, make sure that you give this a nice radius. Oh man, that's very much toddler level right now. That's a little concerning, but not the end of the world, but just want to throw that out there. Nice. Oh boy, yeah. So we are really, really nice heat there. Get my grill nice and going. Well, it's just a little bit challenging staying down, but I'm not going to fuss with it because that thing is super hot. sizzle here. Oh boy. So, and if you just saw there, my onion ring was getting a little bit floppy when it goes that way. So I like kind of keeping those pieces together, going together. Wow, man, that onion smell is already smelling fantastic. So our peppers are gonna cook faster. Ooh, look at that nice blister on there. Cook faster than our onions, and that's completely okay. But I'm looking for some nice char on there. Be careful that onion, be careful that oil will flare up a little bit on you. You got a little bit of extra. And if they're not quite blistered enough, you know, let them go for a little bit longer. That guy is just about done, so I'm gonna move him over. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. Let's check on our onions here. Do your best to keep them in one slab. That'll help you out a lot. Ooh, oh my goodness, yes. I'm just gonna try to reconstruct this fella. There you go. Oh my goodness, that is what you want right there, folks. So manage your heat, manage your ingredients around that heat. Oh, give me a break, folks. Nice grilled onions. I can go for a little bit longer. So once they're done, go ahead and pull off your veggies. And as these veggies start to come off, I'm gonna find the hottest part of the grill, which seems to be over here today. I'm gonna throw in our sausages so those can start to get cooking. Looking for. I like to cook them kind of about halfway. You don't have to be all floppy on you, but definitely make sure you get some nice heat on there and some nice char. Yes. All right, so our peppers are all done over here. Onions are almost there. Sausage is starting to cook up. Ooh, yeah, get some nice crispiness on there. Some nice char. Ooh, yeah. Yep. And now we can finish off with our last thing, which is some of our garlic bread. And you might be thinking, well, Corso, it's just bread right now. It's like, yeah, you're totally right. It is bread with some oil on it. But we're gonna get that on there. And again, I wanna get it some nice toastiness, nice color. Mind that overall amount of oil on there so you don't flare up. Wow, and with this heat of this grill, man, this garlic bread is toasting up really, really quick. So in order to make it garlic bread, I have a clove or two of fresh garlic. And I know some of you out there maybe use some garlic powder on here at this step, but I highly suggest just throw a clove of garlic in your rig, because then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna rub it. This is not a trick that I invented. This has been around for years, but just that little bit of fresh garlic on here, and the crustiness is gonna rub some of that off, which is absolutely awesome. And with the heat, it's gonna slightly cook it, so you aren't gonna have too much of a raw garlic flavor. But wow, look at that. And you gotta smell this, because it smells amazing. It's always good to let that meat rest for just, 5 or 10 minutes. It's just been cooking. It's just been going through a marathon. All those juices are going everywhere. So if you want to help keep it moist, just give it a sec. Set a timer on your phone for 5 or 10 minutes, or go by a river and drink a beer and come back and it'll be ready. So as I mentioned, we put something in our drawer here. And you could be using your lid here also to help speed up some of this cooking process, but for this dish/recipe, you don't really need a whole lid. But let's check out what's in the drawer. Oh, no, not yet. We're almost there. Well, look at this. All of our components are done here. So our grilled onions, yes, it's also just me and two logs here for lunch today. Let's give that a try. Nice smoky flavor. I feel like caramelized onions are gonna love these. A little bit more char, a little bit more flavor. Love having the different colors in there. Try that pepper. Also really fresh, really, really good. You can also use those mini peppers too, if you like. We've got our Italian sausage. Just make sure it still tastes like sausage. Yep, that's really nice. So you could just eat it like this. You're gonna have a great old time. But I'm gonna build a couple toasts here with all these components, which is how I would eat this. I think I'll do I like to slice this nice and thin so it sits on there. Yeah, then we'll do some onion. Yeah, then we'll do some pepper. Then yes. That is rustic. That is good. What we can also do is really jump off with this. So you got your tasty garlic bread here, and you could do a big old smear of pesto. Get a little bit of basil freshness on there. You can make this caprese toast with some, smear on some pesto there. You can make this caprese toast with some mozzarella, some fresh tomatoes, but stacking that up however you like. Maybe an onion on there. But, oh yeah, I know you want to eat that. That fresh pesto on there with the crunchy garlic bread, grilled onions, yummy Italian sausage. It's never gonna go out of style. So, so good. But make this your own. That finishes my bite here. I always take kind of big bites because I'm hungry, but then I need to talk to you. So that's kind of challenging. Something maybe I should work on that. But while I'm finishing my lunch here, let's take a look at what was in the drawer of mystery. All right, let's see what's in the drawer. The drawer of mystery, very exciting. Oh man, it's a pizza. This is just a classic frozen pizza, and I'll be darned, it is quite cooked. So it's been in here for probably 10 or 15 minutes. What I did do is I rotated it, but it really does just depend on where your heat is on your overall top heat and on your overall grill. But what I will note, especially with the heat that I had going, which is pretty hot, the bottom is a little bit blonde, which is not ideal. But what's interesting is it actually didn't stick to the bottom, so that's kind of cool. But what we're gonna do is, again, I'm trying this with you too. I'm just gonna go ahead and put my pizza right on the grill so I can get some bottom heat on it. But this looks pretty darn tasty, and I'd totally eat that. But be very, very careful. One thing I did notice when I was playing around with this drawer in and out, especially everything here is super hot, is it's sort of challenging to get in and out. Sometimes it works great and slides easy. Sometimes it's a little bit challenging, but I did do like a push forward and I kind of burned myself on my thumb there. I was trying to figure this out. So just be mindful of that. Safety first. Maybe get some gloves on, a buff. Don't be like Corso and just, oh boy, this is a little bit floppy. Let's see if Corso can do this. Oh boy, it's crumbling apart. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. Wow, look at that wizardry. So this drawer does need a little bit more playing around with. but I can see how that could be really, really helpful. You could just, warm some rolls down there later on in your cooking process. You could even have some nuggets in there for the kiddos if they don't want, Italian sausage. Throw a pizza in there, maybe throw a little bit of apple crisp just to warm it up. But then again, this is also your lid for your top grill cooking here. Just gonna rotate that around, make sure we're getting some nice even bottom heat on there. But man, that's a rustic outdoor pizza. And this says smoke here. I don't think you're gonna get a whole lot of smoky flavor from there. It's gonna be, sure, you're cooking outside, but there's not any holes in the bottom there, which is frankly a very, very good thing. And I just don't think you're gonna get a whole lot of smoke flavor from the bottom. You might be able to get some from the top though. All right, there we go. All right, we are looking good for that. Whew, wow, that is hot. Yep, crispy cooked pizza. In a drawer of a grill. That's pretty crazy. We're all done cooking. I've just wiped this out a little bit and disposed of my coals properly so we don't burn anything down. And I'm about to pack everything up in our handy tote here, see how that works. But the one thing that I am noticing here, just after one cooking, is a little bit of discoloration there. And this is a stainless steel, but it is really, really thin. So I just don't know the answer to this right now, but I just don't know how long that's gonna last, especially if I'm cooking really, really hot for maybe multiple rounds of coals. I think it probably should be fine for just one round, but just something to be mindful of for overall durability of this thing. Could be a question mark. I'm not sure yet. But for the first use, overall pretty darn solid and really portable and an interesting option. Thanks for coming along for our cookout of the ICECO portable charcoal stove. Hopefully it was helpful for you if you're interested in a new rig style grill out there. But also make this Italian sausage and grilled onions and peppers with fresh garlic bread. The little clove of garlic on the crusty garlic bread is a complete game changer. So good, and you can make your own garlic bread in hardly any time. But get out there, cook something amazing, somewhere awesome, on the trail or at base camp. Boca boca.